Asia, and welcome to another This Sporting Life. And thanks for joining us on an evening when too much sport will be barely enough. Later, at this very card table, perched as it is on the artistic and sporting precipice, we'll be joined by a mystery guest. If I said two words, Deborah Conway, I'd be saying far too much. But now, if that's in the future, let's get a big man out of his cage and gnawing on a bone simply by asking rampaging Roy Slaven, what were the highlights of your week, pal?
Thanks a lot, H.G. Nelson. And again, hello, Asia. I echo those thoughts of H.G. Nelson. Two things occurred to me this week. The first, as you might recall last week, was quite prescient, actually, that I should make mention of Sir Donald Campbell. Well, Sir Donald Campbell's world land speed record has been broken by young Ross McGlashan from Western Australia, 801 kilometres per hour. Count them, 801. And tomorrow, that is tomorrow, he's going to try and beat that record. Ross, we wish you all the very best wishes in the world. The other highlight is this man here, and I show the photograph because I know many of you will have forgotten him. I refer, of course, to the great white shark. That is Greg Norman, who just a few moments ago, well, a couple of hours really, won the Players tournament in Miami. 4 strokes over the great Fuzzy Zeller, again firmly establishing himself as the finest golfer in the world, and he's an Australian, and so often we forget this, HG. Greg Norman is an Australian, and I'm very, very proud of all that Greg's done, and I wish him all the best wishes in the future. They're my highlights. Sorry.
Roy, tremendous highlights. Two tremendous highlights. Two crackers.
Crackers.
We're in a very special time of year, ladies and gentlemen. It's the time of the duck shooting season where big, fit, fat Australians get out in the swamps of this great Asian nation of ours and get on the bang. They get on the bang at both ends a lot of times. And, Roy, I'd like you, if you may, with some footage that you've shot, to set the scene for us, duck shooting 1994 style.
Well, if we could just look at a little bit of what I call duck shooting ambience. This is what you see if you're out and about very early in the morning. Here we are, a couple of blokes all with guns, ready to go. Bang, bang, birdie. Now, let's have a look. Boom, there we go. Some tremendous work there. Look, I love duck shooting. I just love shooting, I guess. I'm a little bit old-fashioned that way. And a lot of people say to me, Roy, is it easy? No, it's not. There are a couple of things. A lot of people think it's just, you know, grabbing a gun and pulling the trigger. Well, it's not. There are all sorts of things involved. You've got to aim.
Yes.
A lot of people forget that. You've got to aim. Not only that, once you've shot, you get recoil and can bugger up your shoulder. Many a duck shooter I've known has had a buggered shoulder as a result of his very enjoyable day out. Hopefully, we'll spend a little bit more time with duck shooting the other side of this.
Our street.
That's right.
Here we are in Hall Street, Bondi. It's a terrific street, plenty to see. And up there we've spotted, who is it, Roy? Standing there by the crossing sign with their bikes, discussing tyre pressures, height of seats, handlebars, you know, whether they should get the shocker forks at the front.
They look like a couple of students, don't they? A couple of young students discussing the future, wondering what they're going to do with their lives, whether they've made the right decision so far with the TAFE courses they've chosen. Full credit to them, though. They're thrashing through the issues. But I think you might have been right with your original observation, and that is they're more interested in the Speedwell or the Malvern Star bicycle than their TAFE courses. And they seem to have got it sorted out. I know there's a lot of interruption here, a lot of people like, you know...
Fat Bill.
Yeah, Fat Bill getting in the way, that sort of thing. But if they are watching, give it a rest. No need to pick the nose. Give it a rest. They're flicking it away there. Give us a call. Yep. And you could be in for a tremendous prize. The pair of them. The pair of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, it goes without saying. Yes, Roy, with the duck shooting, though, I think some problems arise, and I think we should address these now. Obviously, a lot of people in their recognition tests obviously have to go to the local police station and distinguish between, say, a mallard and a pelican, or a mallard and a fairy penguin at Phillip Island in the Penguin Parade. Now, it's all very well to do it in the calm recall of a police station, but once you get out there on the bang, on the shoot, with both guns blazing, it's often very difficult to pick the mallard that you're meaning to be hit from, you say, you're freckled. Now, I understand we're down to about 75 frecklies left in Australia at the moment. But, Roy, I know you've had a lot of experience taking aim at a mallard and then bagging a pelican. How does that feel? Yeah. And how can your average young shooter who might be, say, just in the game for the first 15 years avoid this problem?
Yeah. Look, I don't think you can avoid the problem of shooting bush junk that just happens to get in the way, that's not the one you want. But I don't see that necessarily as a bad... Look, I'm sick of people making the assumption that birds are stupid.
Yes.
They're not entirely stupid. They know once they hear bang, 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 and they see, you know, someone nearby, a bird nearby, boom, it's just feathers and blood.
Yeah.
They know to bugger off out of the area. Birds aren't that stupid. I don't see it as a problem. I've always encouraged young kiddies, if you're going to get out and bang off, to start blowing an hour before dawn. That's when you really get some terrific stuff. And I love it when the sunlight comes up and you just see, say, the patina of the water dotted with bleeding specks. You don't know what you're going to get, but you know the chances are you're going to pull out something that's very, very yummy. And I've always maintained I will only eat what I'm prepared to kill, and I'll only kill what I'm prepared to eat, by and large. So I brought down mallards, I brought down penguins, you know, they were on the ground, obviously. I brought down pelicans, big ones, but I've made sure I've eaten them. You know, I don't throw anything away. I eat the bloody lot. And I think to myself, all right, well, pelican, it's not exactly what I wanted, but I'm going to eat it because I killed it.
Roy, the other thing, of course, is the problem with obviously what we call feral and, you know, rogue proportions, plague proportion species in this country. And I want to cite rabbits. I want to cite one.
Cats.
Yes, the cats.
Yeah.
You know, keep going if you want. But I want to cite one, and that is the cane toad. Yeah. Now, I'd love to see a shoot that began, say, at Newcastle, and I understand the caneys are down as far as Newcastle. We should have a line of beaters straight, say, right out to Uluru, and just basically worked our way north and shot the buggers out once and for all. And don't tell me that this nation couldn't advantage itself by people wearing cane toad slippers instead of moccasins, couldn't advantage themselves by doing a lot of repairs to their roof in the wintertime with a bit of cane toad stretched over a hole, because I believe that can work. And it does disappoint me that the duck, the humble duck, the humble pig of the air, comes in for all this shooting and hooting.
I agree with you. On that note, let's move on.
Well, we'll be back with more life after this.
Roy and HG's date finger keeps you as regular as clockwork.
Hello, Asia. Tim again. And yeah, I watch the news at night. I only watch that Hale bloke, and I only take notice when he wears those really white shirts. In TV Week, they said he had some coloured shirts, but if he wore them, I don't think I'd watch.
On This Sporting Life, it's time to bleed the brakes and join Asia's acknowledged masters of travel with Our Australia.
Well, here we are in Herbie's Bar, the start of an adventure on Our Australia at the Darwin Hotel. It's a tremendous place, Roy. I'm glad you brought me here, because you could come here when you were born and absolutely spend your whole life here and not want for a single thing. You've obviously got your entertainment worked out with your pool table. And Roy, take us through some of the highlights of the room, maybe starting up there with that magnificent range of Australian beers that you can get.
Oh, international beers as well, HG. I just love coming here. I don't know if the camera will be able to get it all in. You've got your front here, your buff beer. Really, there should be a bottom, or a back door there, rather than a bull's head, or I should say a buffalo's head, etc., etc. Corona, you name it. No matter what the nation is, you can get your beer here. But that's not all.
This one I got the other day. I pulled it out of Darwin Harbour. It's the first time they've seen a 12-pound flatty in Darwin Harbour, and I donated to the hotel. That's the sort of admiration I have for the place.
Through here, you've got the car park.
And more
importantly, you've got a dumper here, just ignore that. And
yes.
A black Zephyr 6. Bugger me, you don't often see those. Look at that, just sitting there.
And beautiful colour for the territory. So cool inside that black Zephyr 6.
So appropriate.
This is what I want to show next. The satellite dish. This connects you with Asia. This is where you're pulling your CNN, your Philippines TV, your Star TV, your Honkers TV. It all comes there and it all piped into the room throughout the hotel. It's a tremendous... That's part of the future. Oh, that is part of the future.
Then you might think, well, all right, I've had a few beers, I've been in the beer garden, I've played pool, I've listened to the music, I've been to the Stella Artois, Grange, etc., etc. Bugger me, I want a rainforest. Come on.
They've got that here as well. And here, you can hear the rain falling just in the background here on the spring.
Look, see if you can see the canopy. Just go on, Jerry, have a look. You can see the canopy there. These marvellous ferns that you only get, these palms that you only get here in the territory. Through here, it's all tropical rainforest. Hot, so hot and humid and steamy.
And then, of course, through, round here, Roy,
round here, we've got... Oh, I want to have a sit down in the rainforest. What do? You sit here. Whoa, look at that, sitting here with a pool. Look at that, a beautiful pool. about 25-metre pool or 20-metre pool. Goes for the old speak 3 feet 6 to 6 foot down the other end, so you can dive without bumping your head. But over the other side, more magic, HG. Remember the Raj, remember Raffles. This is the ambience.
Beautiful plastic.
Look here, sit down,
Just look
HG.
across there, the cane seats, people just relaxing as they did, say, all those years ago, before the Second World War, before the cyclone. Darwin's got so much history.
This is your colonial magnificence, isn't it?
It is indeed, and it's part of our Australia.
Our Australia was brought to you with the best wishes of Date Fingers, Roy and HG's dark passport to the all-brown port of pleasure.